Welcome to the Vinyl Liner Build Series Part 1 Excavation. Let's get into it. In this video series, I'm going to show you step by step on how to build an in-ground swimming pool so you can do it yourself or you and your company. I am Jonathan Porticalian, owner of Wetscapes Fiberglass Pools, alongside my older brother Jared. This is going to be an extremely in-depth build series. There's going to be a lot of real footage, POV shots, so I can show you guys real deal when it comes to building a swimming pool and all of the details that nobody else will show you. Along with that, you'll get to know us personally as a company and how we operate as a team. If you are a homeowner watching this build, welcome to the video. And if you are a business owner looking to add a pool company division to your existing business or start a brand new company, whether it be fiberglass or vinyl, I can help you. I will give you the roadmap, the tools, the processes, systems that you need to build a fiberglass swimming pool project, vinyl liner swimming pool project, start to finish, and all of the business knowledge as well. Now, if you are a DIYer looking to save some money to build your own swimming pool, watch this series, and also I have a special program to coach you as well. Click the link in the description. It's my website. It'll take you to the mentor program and show you the overview of what the whole thing is. And below that video, there's another link, and it will take you to schedule a call with me. And we'll get on the phone, talk about your project, talk about your company, and we will get you guys on the right path. All right, guys, if this video gets 20,000 likes, I'm gonna do something super special, and I'm going to fly out to wherever you are for 3 days, and I'm gonna offer my time free and help you build your project, whether it's a company or whether it's a DIY project. I'm gonna train your guys, or I'm gonna help you build your swimming pool. Now, to enter to win that, there's going to be a link in the description with an email list, just a name, phone number, and email, and you also have to be subscribed and of course like the video. This is a huge opportunity for you guys to get me to come out there for a few days for free. So like the video, 20,000 likes, subscribe, fill out the info below. I know it's been a long intro. Let's get to work. All right, guys, we got the excavation of the build. First step we're going to start is scrape all of our sod and get our elevation set. So what we've decided here, according to the plans, is we're coming off this slab. We're going all the way out. We're doing 3 feet of concrete. We're still undecided on how much concrete they want, so we're gonna go extra what they plan on. We were only contracted to do 3 feet, but just as in case, we're gonna go ahead and scrape the sod anyway. Now, this is a very flat yard, so what we're gonna do is build this slab up about 6 inches off the slab, the existing slab. That way everything water-wise goes away from it, because the last thing we want is water coming in on our slab and in our pool. So on top of that, we got our heights. So we got about 2 to 3 inches of gravel at all times, and if we scrape this sod, we'll have plenty of room for that. So that's the first step before we start excavating. Now, one thing we're going to keep in mind when we're doing this is making sure that the grade is all the same all the way across. This is very important because we want it to be very clean before we start laying out our dig. So James is going to finish here, and then we're going to go ahead and mark out our entire layout for our dig and start the initial dig. The main reason we want to do this is we don't want to have to come in here and clean up sod, scrape sod. It's just a lot of hassle, a lot more work, and in some confined spaces you can't. It's too tight, so you got to do it by hand or with a little ride behind, and that's ridiculous. You might as well do it all first, get your heights established, and then proceed. So with that being said, let's get this sod scraped, and then we're going to lay it out. All right, everyone, James finished up. We're gonna go ahead and mark out. A lot of this pool build is gonna be POV shots, so that works the best for me to get this all filmed. So most people enjoy it, but this is kind of the real deal life of building a swimming pool. So I don't have a big production or anything like that. You know, I'll do the best I can, get the best shots. But anyway, so 5 foot is our swimming pool. I'm gonna go 2'8". It's almost 3 foot. It's actually, yeah, 32 inches is my dig. So 32 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and stake my 5 foot because I want that to be accurate with my pool, and then everything else is gonna come off of it. So I'm gonna put the line on the outside with the patio. Well, there's many ways you can do this, but this is how we do it. I mean, you know, there's 100 ways to set up lines and all that, but you guys kind of get the gist of it all, you know? Leave that one for this side. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one down for our mark. We'll use this later established line for when we set the walls. So if we go 5 foot off of that, and then to make this precise, 8'9". So that's gonna be 13.9 measurement. Hold me on the concrete here. Okay. 32. All right, go ahead, James. Go down there, grab a can of paint, and paint this line. It's been a while since we've done a big old pool like this. So 20 foot plus 32 inches. You know, I'm just gonna make it easy. Okay, let go.
32, if it's 20 foot wide, we need 2 feet on either side.
Okay, grab that stake to your right. I got it. Just hold the line. Yeah, it is kind of a pity you gotta go so far back on vinyl. So if you do fiberglass, you know, it's just a foot, but the way it is, you got the turnbuckles, you want plenty of room. Not too much room, because you got gravel you gotta think about. But so 17.3 is the measurement. I don't think this is gonna wanna hook. Hold me on the edge of the slab. Got it. 17 foot. Okay. All right, we're gonna do the 6, 8, 10 square method here. I was trying to do a bigger one, but I got off my numbers, so. I did it wrong. Go back. That should be 8. I gotta go 6. Okay. Here we go. I got it this time. Okay, we gotta go back about an inch or 2. Perfect. That's where I want it. All right. Now that we got that. All right, we are all laid out. Everything's marked 32 inches bigger than everything. So we're ready for the dig. Now we're gonna set our heights, set the transit on. So we've already got our initial height, which is off that slab. And so our panels are 42 inches. All right guys, either way, either me or Jared will be digging, but this is pretty simple. If you have a good excavator, you know, he's gonna do a good job for you guys, but pretty much we want our walls really clean and straight on this dig. On a fiberglass, if you guys watch any number of my videos, they don't have to be exact. So we want it nice and straight, just so everything stays accurate. And it's very important that everything does. So, you know, we've got just a really clean dig. Because those out on fiberglass builds, you know, you've got slope and the shell cape slopes in the middle and all that, so it's not that big a deal, you know what I mean? James, get on the transit so I know where I'm at. If you guys are looking for someone to teach you step by step how to build swimming pools, I'll teach you vinyl liner and I'll teach you fiberglass. There's a link below to give you the roadmap on how to build a complete project, start to finish, and a pool company. So there's no one on the internet doing this, and I want to be that guy that help you and train you and give you that roadmap to build that pool company and build a 7-figure pool company. Alrighty, here we go. Gonna get these heights dialed in. I got my edge dug there. We're gonna later come in here with the skid steer and dig this out, do a final grade. We're gonna dig a ramp, but we want to get, you know, dialed in where we need to be, obviously, with this. All right, we're about midway through the first dig, and it looks really rough right now. And what I'm doing is I'm getting Jared close. He's gonna go a little bit low, maybe a little bit high, a ½ inch, maybe an inch, roughly. The biggest thing you want to watch out for is the first 3 feet. That's where we're going to be setting the panels. That's the most important. The rest in the middle can be mediocre all the way up until we get to the shallow end. But I'm going to get them close. We're going to get all the way dug here. And then I'm going to show you what we do next. I'm going to take the skid steer in. We're going to dig a ramp out. And we're going to come in and really smooth this thing out really nice. But there's some things to that as well that are very specific, and I want to show you guys how we do it to be very efficient. Guys, we are done with the dig, got the ramp put in, and first thing we're going to do is just get this thing completely scraped flat. We're going to be putting 3.5 inches of concrete on the shallow end and on the deep end. For the deep end, it's not going to matter, we're going to over dig it, but for the shallow end, we're going to have to get this thing completely done, marked out, deep end done. I'm going to do it last, and we're going to do like a sink in dig, and I'll show you that later. But the first goal here is to get everything flat. I've got my marks everywhere I want them. Where the dig is inconsistent, I just hit those orange marks, and that's gonna get me exactly what I need. So while I'm doing that, James is gonna come around on the edge. The goal here is to get everything pushed in, that's loose, and then everything spotless on the sides. We want it perfect. We just don't want to do any cleanup while the pool walls are going in and all that. So let's get to it. About the center because it's all getting redug out with the for the deep end, but everything else, like just the sides, will all get exactly where we need it within a little bit of variance. You know, I'm not going to spend the time to do it exactly because it's not, I don't know, it's not really worth it as far as time goes. I get it really close, like really close. And then the rest, the concrete will take care of. You know, I don't mind a little concrete getting under the forms at all. It's part of the deal with that. You definitely don't want any gaps under there, but hey, go ahead and push everything in on the sides, all the loose stuff. All right, 3 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 it. we've got this marked out where we want it. So we've got our square points, everything's measured off the house. We've got it squared, and then we just leveled down and then strung our line down here, strung our line down the side, and then marked it. And what I did, for me it works, is I paint the line on the inside of the line. So I come with a shovel, I'll show you guys tomorrow, but we're gonna come and cut this whole line all the way down to the shallow end. That's the shallow, this is the deep. We're doing a 6 by 10, 5 foot away for the slopes, gives us enough for the concrete. We've learned with the concrete mix we use, we do 5 feet. We've done less and it doesn't work very well at all. So this is all experience, so if you do exactly what I'm telling you, it works really well. But then we'll cut all this all the way around, and then we'll start digging, and I will start digging directly down, straight down here, 5 foot, which is the mark. And then we'll begin our excavation, start sloping it all, cutting all that in by hand and with the excavator, dropping the dirt behind us, hauling it out, getting it all done. So that's the plan for tomorrow, to wrap up the excavation part of this build series. So I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, real quick guys, I'm coming out with a brand new training program next spring of 2025. This is an insane in-depth series on how to build an in-ground swimming pool project. Now, if you guys get in early right now, there's a link below. Sign up, just email, name, phone number, and get onto the pre-buy list. You don't have to enter a credit card, nothing. I'm gonna be shooting out an email blast when this comes out, and I'm gonna give you guys a massive discount for being the first ones there. Go check it out. Now let's get back into the video. All right, everyone, welcome to day 2. We're ready to dig. Laser, turn it on. Got a little water seeping in. That's always fun. So I'm gonna be in the excavator today. Goal here is to dig straight down until we hit our point, and then when we hit our point, we can start shaving out the walls. For some reason, some people do this after the walls are in, and I'll never know why. I think it's crazy. You can square all your lines up, you don't need to do that. So I don't know. When you're done, get a 6 foot level. And then get 2 more stakes. Like I said yesterday, what James is doing over here is cutting in all the edges. That way we have a clean line of when we cut this whole thing out, it's clean there, it doesn't break off and chip. And that way when we set our forms, it's really nice, and we have a good good spot to put our forms on. Start hauling dirt out.
Now we don't need to grab your stuff.
Nah, I'll haul dirt. Gotta keep him, gotta have this dirt get hauled out constantly. At least while we get the bulk of this dirt out anyway. know why we didn't worry about cleaning that up, because, you know, it's just gonna get all nasty. So. Try to get this really precise. I gotta check my heights in a second. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a 5-foot mark here, stake, so I know where my dig is. I'm gonna string a line across all the way. I'm gonna string it here in a little bit, but the idea of this is to get a line all the way across so I can level down and get an exact measurement for my deep end. So we want all this to be exactly, because we're putting about 2 inches of concrete on the walls. So there's no room for air with 2 feet, with 2 inches. And so everything needs to be done exactly. So right now this transit is set for 42 at the bottom, which is our panel. So we got to be at 8 foot, so 4'6", and we want to be 8 foot, so it'd be 4 more 6 to get 8'6". All right, and that's what we want. So it'd be 5 foot in total. So we got 42 plus 6 inches, make it 4. That'd be 4'6". Add 6 for gravel and plumbing. So we're gonna go 5 foot on top of this. I'm measuring everything from the top of this laser. I'm gonna mark it right there. That's our deep end. That'll give us plenty of room for rock and all kinds of room for stuff. So if I just look at our line and and then the paint and guess, if I go straight down, I'm not even close. I'm, you know, 1.5 feet off. So we gotta do some more carving here. Ideally, having 3 guys do this is better, but you know, you only got what you got right now, and we can do 2. It's fine. We've done this long enough, but it is what it is. Just hope we don't. This dirt is really horrible. It's just like a nasty muck that. It gets really wet and mushy, and it's not good for pools, that's for sure. Go ahead and check and see where we're at. Nope. Nope. So I'm just gonna put a gas line right here for my excavator. I'll mark it. A lot of this is with experience, you know. I don't claim to be the best best operator out there, but you know, we do know what we're doing, so. They're not going any deeper than that. All right, I want to mark our line here. Just kind of do a guess where it's at. Ugh. I'm way off. All right, we still gotta go down a lot. So I think I pretty much got close to where I want down there. We're just gonna go ahead and just get a lot of this big stuff out of here. Kind of carve the walls a little bit. Well, paint's in my way. All right, I think we got it. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, we're close. I actually thought I was too deep, but I'm not that much deeper. I am right here in the center. That's fine. That should be my pool right there. So this right here might need to be shaved a little bit. But other than that, we're looking good. So as a one-man operation right now, while he's moving dirt, I'm gonna do a couple of things to help run this. So one is I'm gonna hook 5 foot right here, so I know where the deep end is after I dig it up. I'll just butt it, it's close enough. That way that's gonna really help me on locating, because I wanna go straight down, but no more over. I don't wanna cut into my hillside. So, we're good there. I'm gonna start cutting out this side, and we just continue. It's just a matter of this whole process, matter of shaping and cutting, and those are all just, we're using square point shovels, and I got a flat one I'll show you. That's even flatter, straighter. But for the most part, it's pretty simple in the fact that you just dig it. All right, we got the majority of this dug. To start here, we're gonna go ahead and just shave up all these edges a little bit. Just kind of come in here and shave it. This dirt's actually really nice, to be honest. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm just gonna get to like this top section, because we still got to get our 5 foot, and I dug kind of a swell right there, I think. So if that's the case, then I should be good. Ah, woo. This sucks, man. Dang, dude. Oh, you're so freaking gross. Yeah. Up. Man, groundwater stinks. Dang, dude. Look at this mess.
I'll wait for that until after.
What's it gonna matter? This water just gonna be puddling up anyhow.
Yeah, but then if I get it.
Let it be free. Geronimo. Oh yeah. Okay, let's get our heights established here. Okay, there's our height.
Too deep.
Yeah, it's all right. Dang, I thought this was too deep. Huh. Guess not. Cool.
You just gotta measure out from this line, see where 6 feet is.
Okay. Come over here and hold my tape, please. There's 5 foot at 5 foot's over here.
Does it stay? To the edge of the hole.
Edge of the hole. Okay. So I think all of this right here is pretty good because our line comes up to here. So I know that would be the only thing.
As long as that top line's good.
So if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, that needs to come out.
Oh, this all needs to come out.
And then a little bit of this right here for sure. Ugh, dang it. All this needs to come out. So,
What you done early?
right there. Huh? So yeah, that's our initial take on it.
Use the excavator, or are we gonna do this out by hand?
I'm gonna hit this with the excavator. You can start shoveling this side down. Like, all right, tell me that paint again. I think, yeah, like for sure from here. I think like like right there. That needs to come off probably like 2 inches down here, like 3 or so. And then we need to like get all this cleaned up and then get that corner shaped a little bit. All right, so we got some basic measurements here. That down there is our height. We need to shave a little bit off there, and then we need to shave a little bit off here and here as well, and this corner. It always looks good from the top, but when you get down there, you can really see everything just kind of swell up. And when we do concrete, we want this entire thing to be dead on straight. You don't want to shape your concrete, you know, like that on your walls. You want them straight. Some guys, they just splatter the mud and let the liner stretch, but that's not how we do it. So that's what we're gonna do. He's gonna like sharpen a shovel or whatever, and I'm gonna start scraping this face a little bit. So what I like to do is work from one side to the other. Jared's got his way of doing it, but this is how I like to do it. That way, you know, I start the back, I get most of the back done, and then I'll come to the sides, one side or the other, and get that done. And so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna create this ramp so we know where we're at, and so we know where we're aiming, you know, because like anything else, if you don't know what your goals are, you don't know what, you're just going into a blind. So okay.
I tried finding them.
We didn't have any more. Those were the most bent ones we had. Here, give me the transit receiver stick thingy.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Okay.
We'll just mark it right there because we got.
Inches up.
Yeah, I know.
What was it? Or 6 inches.
It's really less. It's like right here. That's the dig.
Yeah, we're in the
Okay, guys, this is gonna get us our where we need, which I knew is a lot. All right, this is good. Here, that's our line. So we didn't dig as deep as we had thought, but we're looking good though. All right, so this is the shape. We do have a little more water issues on this corner. We do have a tad bit of a divot there and there, a little deeper than I'd like, but that's kind of the pattern right there. We're good to go on this, on the angles, on the slope. And so now what we're gonna do is James is gonna excavate, start getting all this cleaned up. And then when he gets cleaned up, I'm gonna kind of move out of here, scrape some of this back, and then we're gonna come in here and get this whole thing cleaned up. And then we're gonna put number 8, which is a 3/4 minus crushed rock. We have one load delivered already. We're expecting another one. We don't want to put anything smaller in there, but that should be enough. That'll give us, we're actually deep here on this section, or we'll be a lot deeper once we clean all this muck out. It'll give us probably like a foot almost of rock. That way it gives us plenty of room for filtration, and the water can be under there and it's not going to keep eroding. That's our biggest concern right now, is that these pockets where the water's coming in right here, it's going to want to keep eroding and eroding up until we get the liner in about 2 weeks. So we just want to make sure we're mitigating that as much as possible. All right, we got this shallow end kind of touched up. Now we're going to start doing this deep end and the slope. So we're going to go ahead and pull this pump out, and then we're just going to go in there and just scrape up every single thing that's loose and just get it all cleaned up. I'm gonna kind of eye where this line is and then dig to where those lines are to get my depth. It's not a foolproof system, but it works well. All right, guys, we're finally done. This did take us a little longer than usual because we had some other stuff going on, but normally this is a 2-day dig for us. This is a big pool. This is 20 by 40, 8 foot deep. So there's a lot to it, and there's pretty much just me and James most of the time. So you kind of take that into consideration. So let's talk about the final details of what we did here. So you guys seen how we went and did the sides. It's just very important that those are just really done accurately, because I've done it to where, you know, sometimes you just miss a little bit of dirt, and this is talking about personal experience. So you want to make sure that that's carved right and everything is on point. So we're going to go extra, making sure our lines are down to the ground here, making sure it's down a little lower down there. That way when we pick the line up for our grade, and this gets picked up because it goes to the bottom of the pool line, which you'll see on the next video, that'll give you some variance for the concrete. So we came down here, we've got everything. We had to probably build up a foot of rock. I dug out a lot of extra, which worked out because there was just a ton of mud down here. So we've got a solid base now. We do have water. There's water dripping in on the sides, on the corner. That's gonna end up just wanting to erode, but it is what it is. We'll just have to shovel it out later. We do have our little notch for our pipe. We got a little dugout a little deeper up there, so when we set the forms, it's about 4-inch form. So the PVC will need to go up and in, and then we will plumb it over, and this will give us an opportunity to get this centered. And you guys will see that when the plumbing comes, why we did this a foot, because there's a reason for that too. We already took the stakes out because we got our grade right. Everything has been done, so we don't need to put that in yet. We're gonna wait until the pool's up and the concrete's poured, everything's done, before we come in here and get our exact measurements, because this has to be dialed in. When we set this liner, we want everything perfect, and it's very important that it is perfect. So keep that in mind as well. So if that video is going to be out, it's probably 5 or 6 down the line as far as when we get this staked in here and this finished grade. But I wanted to make sure that all this gravel got in here first before the walls, because it's just a lot of work if not. So we just eliminated a lot of work. Now this whole thing's done, this corner's done. The corners will get you got to watch out for that. So making sure they're shaved properly. The sides always kind of seem to get you a little bit. And just making sure everything is according to measurements. Double check your sides. Don't overcut, all right, because you don't want your wall hanging in the air. It can hang in the air just a little bit, because when you come in and do your concrete, that'll help support it slightly. The rest is being held in by the turnbuckles. But we want to make sure when these forms are on and concreted that there's concrete all the way around it, underneath of it. It's very rare that we'll get a dig that's perfect to where all the forms set perfectly. Now this dig is pretty good, but anything that doesn't get on tight to the ground will get compensated for. We'll use concrete for that compensation. So that's pretty much the deal. Now you can see 20,000 likes, guys. All right, that's the deal. You guys want me to come out here and train you, or come out here and help you build your swimming pool, save you a lot of money. Labor is expensive these days. So if you guys are building your project DIY, you're building it yourself, I'll come out there for 3 days, fly out there free of charge. Of course, all the materials and all that's on you guys, but labor, I'll come out there personally and we will knock it out and get a ton done. Now, if you're a business, I charge a lot of money for coaching and for mentoring, and I got the programs linked below, and I'm offering to come out there and train you and your team for 3 days for free. What I would normally charge tens of thousands of dollars, I'm gonna do it for free. All I have to do is 20,000 likes on this video. You have to be subscribed and you have to enter the email list below. So, and this is gonna count for all the videos, whether this is one's out and another video gets 20,000 likes, whatever, but we wanna hit 20,000 likes on this video at least and get that point to where we can get somebody, and I'm gonna pick somebody at random in the email list, all right? But those requirements have to be filled out. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you guys want to see the vlog style behind the scenes content, check out my channel, because I've got all this build on there as well, and tons of others and tons more to come. If that's kind of your jam, I've got longer length content, build process start to finish as well. Lots of stuff. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, look out for the next video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.